Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. Sorry about that.
Nope, you're fine. It's technology, it happens. But no, what I was saying was, during the whole process over the 5 years before I decided to go back to school, I just was doing odd jobs, trying to create a business, and everything just didn't work for me. And I ended up not having nothing. And working at temp jobs and having to go from running projects to now working temp was definitely a different and difficult situation. And I just looked around and was just like, okay, I got to be serious about life and serious about what I wanted to do. And I decided it was like, let me look into the school. And I just started looking into the school. And that's when I found a flyer. And I seen Wayne State website, and I saw the program. And I think you guys just had, no, you guys mailed me Warrior Way Back date, time, schedule. Like, hey, these are the interview dates. And I couldn't catch the first one. And I ended up coming late, and it was over at the second one. But I just like, fine, to just go up there and just go to the office and see what it's about, and just see if I can get back into school. And that's just the process what led me back into school. Was just nothing was clicking for me. I didn't have anything else left to motivate myself to have a purpose. So to me, it was just like I sat down and made a commitment to myself, like I'm gonna seriously take school serious and get back into school. And that process, getting back into school, I went to the Warrior Way program. They was like, hey, you meet all of our qualifications, but your GPA just a little too low. We don't know. And lo and behold, they was like, well, we're gonna see what we can do. And they guys gave me opportunity to work with me and was like, hey, these are the guidelines. And in the process, I was like, okay, if I need to change my major because I won't be successful if I just continue doing mechanical engineering. And I went to psychology because psychology was like, hey, you'll be done in a year. And I was like, yes, okay, let's do this. And then when I walked out, I was like, no, can't do that because we don't even want psychology. We're just doing it just to do it. I sat in the car for about 20 minutes and I just thought, I was like, you know what? I really do want to do construction. And I went over to the construction management department, and I just sat down with them and talked to them, and they was like, hey, and I was like, this is the perfect fit. And I was deciding to get back into school, and that's how my process started.
So you already mentioned a few things, but did you have any other concerns about coming back as an older student?
I did because from the time I had before I was coming back into Wayne State, it was, I still didn't have anyone. I didn't have no friends at Wayne State. I didn't have the real structure. So this time, coming back into Wayne State, I at least had the Warrior Way Back program. I had the drive. I had the idea or the passion, and I knew what it took then. I had a guidelines for my degree work to finish. So for me, I needed to dedicate myself to the process and commit fully, no matter what happened. And so for me, it was just, okay, this is what we're gonna do. And then the biggest thing I wanted to do was I wanted to start small, because I knew I had passed the class and withdraw from a class. So I didn't want to start with a whole big load. I just told Joyce, my advisor, like, hey, I just wanted some easy little classes to just knock the rust off because I've been out of school for 5 years. Let me just take a couple of classes and then I will see it as it go. And I just took 2 classes, and then I ended up passing both of those classes with A's. And then the next time I ended up taking 4 classes, and I really liked that one. Then somehow I found myself taking 6 classes, and then was like, oh my God, like, what am I doing? But I ended up managing passing every one of my classes and just being seriously dedicated to it. But I told myself, one, that I was going to build relationships with my teachers first. That way, even if I don't have classmate friends, if I build a relationship with my teacher, they can understand me, I can understand them, and I can feel more comfortable. The next thing I decided to do is get close to at least 1 or 2 of my students in each one of my classes. And then especially being in construction management, I knew I was going to run into a couple of people in my classes. So which helped me was doing that because I had a couple of friends, maybe we were in the same class, but we were somewhat in the same major. So we started connecting and started texting, and it was like, hey, if I was having issues, that helped me as well. And I just was coming to class every day, not missing it, and still keeping in contact with my teachers, and then making sure I do my homework every time it was given to me, and then creating study time, and then learning that I couldn't really study at home because that wasn't really effectively. So I had to create a safe space to actually learn how to study and go through it and take it serious. So those are things that worked for me when I got back in, is I had to sit down and actually create a system for me to be successful in.
Okay, so what kind of advice or insight would you offer to an older student thinking about returning to complete their degree?
The advice I would give them is, whatever your degree that you want to get your degree in, if it's something that you're passionate about, go for it. Don't worry about all the other distractions because it's really just going to get in your way. Don't think about age. Don't think about being the youngest. Don't think about you don't have enough people that look like you in your class. Like, don't think about that. Just think about the end goal. Think about uh, why the purpose of why you want this degree. Are you doing this and taking this opportunity? But also, don't be afraid. It's okay. Also, look for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to build a relationship with your teacher. Um, Even if you find one person in your class, if it's the smartest person in the classroom to answer all the questions, introduce yourself to them. Just build a relationship with that one person. And like as an introvert as myself, sometimes that could be very challenging and very, oh my God, I can't do that. But if you just try, um, to, hold on one second. Okay, had a little background noise. But yeah, so that's one thing I would tell anyone that's returning is just make sure that if it's something that you really want to do and you're passionate about, commit to it, stick to it. Create a system for yourself. It's going to be challenging, but it's okay. Just go for it. Believe in it. Believe in yourself. Give yourself positive affirmations. Um, what else I would say? Another thing too is like I said, building a community within your classroom, with your teacher, with your advisors. And what the coolest thing with the Word Way Back program is, 'cause when I first started, I don't think what you guys had like the weekly or monthly talks and all that. So now it's like now come back to Wayne State. There's nothing to like Wayne State. There wasn't. I didn't know about a transfer lounge or where transfer students were. So it was like it was cool when I came back. I think fall last year. You guys had us come in and this adult learners. I mean, coming into Warrior Way Back for sessions, I got to meet other people that was in the program. I got to meet other transfers and other people that was thinking about it. So it was like, man, I have a whole group of people that was like similar in my situation, and I just was only in this 2 semesters ago. I was in your situations. So I just like I said, the key for me was just for anybody that's doing remote learning is build a relationship with your teachers. First build a system for yourself to be successful because you know how you study, you know how you learn. So take that into effect, but build a relationship with your teachers, advisors, the Warrior Way Back program, friends, family if you have the support system with your family, and just truly, truly dedicate to it.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Let me pause the recording here.